Welcome. You didn't find this video by accident. Turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and listen carefully. What you're about to hear feels real, because it might be. You're safe for now. Before I start, I need to ask you something. Have you ever been so tired, so exhausted, that sleep felt like the only safe place left? Because that's exactly when this started, and if you're listening to this at night, please, don't fall asleep yet. I moved into this apartment 6 months ago. Nothing fancy, just quiet, too quiet actually. The kind of place where sound doesn't travel, but silence does. On my first night, I noticed my neighbor across the hall, an older man, thin, always standing in his doorway, like he was waiting for someone, waiting for me. He didn't smile, he just stared. I nodded. He didn't respond. I should have taken that as a warning. The first time he spoke to me, it was around 11:40 p.m. I was unlocking my door when I heard his voice behind me. Low, urgent. Don't sleep tonight. I thought it was a joke, maybe a weird one, but still a joke. I asked him why. His face changed. Not angry, not scared, terrified. Please, he whispered, just stay awake. Then he went back inside and closed his door. No explanation, no context, just fear. That night, I didn't sleep well. Every time I started drifting off, I felt like I was falling. Not physically, mentally. Like my thoughts were slipping somewhere they shouldn't. Have you ever felt that? That moment right before sleep, when something feels wrong? The second warning came 2 nights later. This time, he knocked on my door, hard, fast. I opened it, irritated. He looked worse, dark circles under his eyes, hands shaking. "You slept last night," he said. I froze. I hadn't told him that. I asked how he knew. He leaned in close and whispered, "I heard you breathing." My hallway camera showed nothing, no movement, no sound. So how did he know? That night, I decided to stay awake. I made coffee, turned on every light. Around 2:13 a.m., I heard it. A soft dragging sound, like fingernails against the floor. It wasn't coming from my apartment, it was coming from the hallway. I checked the peephole, nothing. But the sound stopped, the moment I looked. Why would it stop unless it knew? The third warning was different. He didn't speak. He slipped a note under my door. It read, "If you sleep, it learns your face." I don't know why that sentence broke me, but it did. What was it? And why did sleep matter? That night, exhaustion won. I passed out, and I dreamed. I was lying in my bed, unable to move. My eyes open. Something was standing in the corner of my room, not moving, not breathing, just watching. It didn't have a face, but I knew it was memorizing mine. I woke up screaming. My clock read 3:17 a.m., and my bedroom door was open. I always lock it. The next morning, my neighbor was waiting. He looked relieved. "You woke up," he said. I had asked him what happens if I don't. He swallowed hard. "It replaces you." Then he said something I'll never forget. "You're the third person in that apartment." That night, I didn't go home. I stayed with a friend, but at 3:17 a.m., my phone rang. Unknown number. When I answered, I heard my own voice, breathing from inside my apartment, and something else breathing with me. I moved out the next day. I never saw my neighbor again. But sometimes, when I'm drifting off to sleep, I hear his voice in my head. Stay awake, because lately I've been waking up tired, with memories I don't recognize, and bruises I can't explain. If you're listening to this late at night, let me ask you something. Are you sure you're the only one who wakes up in your body? And are you absolutely sure you didn't fall asleep already? If you're still listening, that means you didn't stop after part 1. And that worries me, because after I moved out, I thought it was over. I was wrong. Let me ask you something first. Have you ever woken up tired, even though you don't remember sleeping? Because that's how it started again. The first night in my new place, I stayed awake on purpose. Lights on, TV running, phone in my hand. I wasn't taking chances. Around 1:46 a.m., my eyes burned. My thoughts slowed. That familiar sinking feeling returned. Not sleep, something pulling me into sleep. I checked the time, still awake. At least, I thought I was. The next morning, I found muddy footprints by my bed, bare feet, not mine, leading toward the wall. There was no door there. So where did they go? That night, I heard knocking, 3 soft taps, not on my door, on my bedroom wall. I didn't answer. The tapping continued, slower this time, like it was waiting, testing me. Have you noticed how silence feels heavier at night? I finally fell asleep without realizing it, and the dream came back. Same corner, same shape, but this time it stepped closer. I tried to scream. Nothing came out. Then it spoke, in my voice. "See, you're learning." I woke up on the floor. My phone was recording 8 hours of footage. I skipped to the middle. At 3:17 a.m., I sat straight up in bed, eyes open, smiling. I stood and faced the smooth corner, and I nodded. Who was I nodding to? That's when I remembered something I'd ignored. My neighbor never said, "Don't sleep forever." He said, "Don't sleep at night." I started experimenting, sleeping during the day, staying awake after sunset. Nothing happened. No dreams, no footsteps, no breathing. That's when I understood. Whatever it is, it only comes when the world is asleep, and it doesn't like being watched. 3 nights later, I heard his voice again, my neighbor's voice, from behind me. "You're doing well," he said. I spun around, no one there, but my phone buzzed, a message from an unknown number. "Now you can warn the next one." That night, I saw a listing online, my old apartment, new tenant, young, single, the same hallway, the same door. I don't know why, but I went there, just to look. When the door opened, I froze, because I recognized the face. It was mine, just rested, unmarked, untired. He smiled and whispered, "Don't sleep tonight." If you're still awake, if you're listening to this after midnight, I need to ask you one last thing. Have you been fighting sleep? Or have you already been replaced, and you just don't know it yet? If you've made it this far, you deserve to know the truth. But once you hear it, you won't be able to unhear it. So ask yourself, are you somewhere safe right now? I didn't warn the new tenant. I watched instead, from across the hallway, the way my neighbor once watched me. That's when I understood something terrifying. He wasn't haunting that place, he was guarding it. The first night, the lights stayed on. The second night, the tenant laughed too loudly. The third night, the hallway went silent. That's when it started. At exactly 3:17 a.m., a pressure in the air, like the building was holding its breath. Have you ever felt a room notice you? I heard movement from inside the apartment, not footsteps, shifting, like skin adjusting to a new shape. I wanted to knock, to stop it, but my body wouldn't move, because deep down, I knew this part had to happen. That's when the rule finally became clear. Whatever comes at night doesn't hunt bodies. It hunts empty space, and sleep creates that space. When you sleep, something steps in, not to kill you, but to continue you. The old tenant doesn't disappear, they stay, inside, watching, learning, waiting for their turn to wake up again. That's why people say they don't feel like themselves anymore. That's why mirrors feel wrong. That's why you wake up tired. At 3:18 a.m., the door opened. The new tenant stepped into the hallway, barefoot, calm, smiling, and for the first time, I saw it clearly. It wasn't copying us, we're copying it. That's when I remembered my neighbor's last words, not the warning, the instruction. Stay awake long enough, and it won't need you anymore. He didn't disappear, he outlasted it. And now, so have I. I don't sleep at night anymore. I nap in daylight. I keep the lights on, I keep my eyes open, because someone has to stay conscious, so the world doesn't go quiet all at once. If everyone slept at the same time, there'd be nothing left to wake up. So if you're listening to this late at night and you feel that heavy pull behind your eyes, don't fight it, just delay it. 5 more minutes, 10 more. Because as long as someone is awake, the rest of you are still real. And if you ever hear a knock, soft, careful, like someone doesn't want to wake the others, that's not a threat, that's a warning. Stay awake, because once the night finishes learning you, it never gives you back.